Hey guys, this is not my first YouTube video, but it's gonna be my first bisexual video. I'm making this new account specifically for bisexual things, like facts about bisexuals or myths about bisexuals or how to cope with being a bisexual. Now, the reason I'm making these is, for one, I just felt like it making this new account. I have more than one account for different types of things. And for two, I myself am bisexual, and I just felt like helping out some of the people that are going through a tough time that are bisexual. Because I've been through that shit, and I still technically actually do go through that shit. I'm just trying to help others get through it. So basically, you guys, you're not alone. I just want you to know out there that you're not alone if you're bisexual or something. And I know it can be really hard to do and feel like damn right impossible, but don't care what others think of you. There's no reason to care what other people think of you. Honestly, I used to care. I mean, it wasn't until relatively recently that I adapted to not care, and I stopped being in the closet of being a bisexual. Now people know that I'm bisexual. And one thing from my experience, keeping it inside and not just hiding it inside of yourself, it's actually, in my opinion, just from my experience at least, and some other people that I know that are bisexual, it's more painful and more hurtful than people knowing it, and an occasional person coming and making fun of you or something. But the thing is, there's no reason for you to care. And I'm not saying that it's easy to ignore it, because I know for a fact it's not. I have to go through that stuff all the time. You know, some of those religious people that are saying that you'll go to hell and everything, you'll burn in hell. Here's one thing that you can tell them. I'm not a Christian, I'm an atheist, but I grew up in a really religious household, so I know lots and lots and lots of things about religion and lots of myths. In the freaking Bible, it actually says, this is an argument that you can use against them if you can't control yourself to just ignore them. Well, they say that you're going to burn in hell and stuff, but the thing is, in the Bible, all it says, again, I don't believe in this stuff, I'm an atheist, but I'm repeating what it actually says in the Bible. Hell, it's it's defined as one person's early gravestead. So basically, their soul basically dies and it goes to their grave and it rests in peace. That's what hell is defined as, not burning fire. It's not people that's going to burn in flames, according to their Bible. The hell thing, the whole burning in hell and everything, the fire, the lake of fire, all of that stuff, it's a combination of Roman and Greek mythology. So you can even use that argument against them if you can't control your instincts to not respond, which I know can be extremely hard to do. So I'll tell you my basic story of being bisexual. Pretty much, I've been bisexual as far as back as I can remember. It's just been a natural thing for me, and I've had to go through a lot, and it was really a real struggle to be keeping it inside of myself, being in the closet. And I'm not saying you need to go grab a bullhorn and announce it to the entire school, but you just need to learn to not care. But basically, the reason why I don't care, to sum it up, a really, really close friend of mine, who's also happens to be bisexual, but she's female, she convinced me and inspired me to not care, like a month and a half ago or something. I don't know. I don't remember exactly when. That person's name is Selena, and Selena, if you're watching this, you rock. Putting that out there. But if it wasn't for her, I would probably still be in the closet. And actually, not completely true. There were a few people. There was one person in middle school. I don't know how he found out, but somehow he found out, and he would actually mess with me and basically torment me like crazy every single day. And eventually, I just had so much anger built. This was in middle school. I just had so much anger built up against him. I couldn't hold it anymore. One day, I think we were on ice outside because it rained and then it froze. I just got so mad, I just soccer punched him in the face, and then he slipped on the ice and he banged his head down on the ground. He didn't pass out or anything, but he got a black eye, and at the moment, I got to admit, that felt pretty good. And I didn't hear about him since then. I'm not saying that's how you should deal with it. I don't think that's how you should deal with it. I couldn't control it. I hold back my anger, and it just all came out into an explosion. So yeah, I've liked girls and guys since like elementary school. Even then, somehow some person in middle school found out, and that one person tormented me. But once that event happened, he stopped. And then in high school, there's actually pretty much every person that knows, except for like maybe one or two people, are pretty accepting of it. I'm not. I think that kind of depends on the high school. Different high schools have different kids, and and different kids, or some kids are more accepting of it than others. Even if I wasn't bisexual, I would still support gay rights and bisexual rights, and and all of that kind of thing. But yeah, that's right now. I'm a never mind. It doesn't matter. But anyways, yeah, that's my whole life story with being. To sum it up, basically, summary of how I am as a bisexual. And yeah. And bisexual, it doesn't mean that you have to like guys and girls 50-50. And actually, most people don't know what bisexual actually means. Most people believe that bisexual means that you only like females and males. They believe this because bi means two, and it does mean two, but that doesn't mean that you have to take it literally. According to the medical Psychological American Association, or whatever it's called, and the LGBT community, bisexual actually means that you're interested in two or more genders. So it could be males, females, and transgenders, or it could just be males and females, but it doesn't have to be only males and females. Pansexual is when you're only interested in somebody for their personality, even though pan means all, but that is actually what it means, though, is that you're interested in somebody for their personality. That's what pansexual means, and then bisexual means you like two or more genders. But anyways, back to the point. Just what I'm trying to say is that you guys aren't alone out here, and don't let it bug you. Like, if people say that it doesn't exist, I mean, I can see why that would struggle, because I've struggled with that before, bugging me. But, you know, one thing that you gotta do really is just ignore them. It's gonna bug you for a while, but eventually they'll probably stop. And most of the time, they're just trying to suck you into an argument. That's how, not just with bisexuals and sexuality, any bullies in general, like 98 or 99% of the time, they're just trying to start shit with you. They want to piss you off and bully you and everything. And probably I'd say at least 97% of the time, 97, 98%, maybe even 99% of the time, if you ignore them for long enough, they will go away, because they want to bug people. And if you don't show them that it's bugging you, or if it doesn't bug you, they're probably gonna move on to somebody else that they can fuck with. You know what I mean? So it's not just with sexuality. It's not just only with sexuality. It can be. I mean, they pick on people's weight or their religious beliefs. Sexuality. It doesn't have to be just sexuality, or they could be just fucking with them for no reason whatsoever. It's just typically, if you ask me, I think bullies are, for the most part, just stupid idiots who need to learn to get a life. If you ask me, that's what I think. And they have nothing better to do than to just try to fuck with people. Well, yeah, that's just what they really ever do. So if you ignore them for long enough, at least 99% of the time, eventually they'll stop. And I understand. But eventually, once you start ignoring them for long enough and you practice it enough, like I have done, eventually you'll just adapt to not care. I mean, nowadays, it used to bug me all the time, but nowadays, as of now, people can talk shit to me all the time about being bisexual and stuff all the time, and it won't bug me. Believe me, I know how frustrating it can be, because I am bisexual. And that's not the only thing I've been bullied by before. I've been bullied before in the past because I'm bisexual. I've been bullied because I'm not making these up as fake. This is true. These are real events. I've been bullied for being bisexual. I've been bullied for being autistic. I've been bullied because I have bipolar, ADHD, anxiety disorder, and I'm not anymore, but I used to be super, super, super fat, and I would get bullied by that all the time. Now I'm kind of scrawny, and occasionally from time to time I get picked on because I'm really weak and scrawny, which is true, but like I said, I've just eventually, it took a long time, but I adapted to not care. And a lot of people say violence is the only answer. I would disagree because here's the thing. It may take a while, but if you do this, you won't get pissed off. It won't bug you anymore. It'll probably take a while, but yeah. But if all you do every single time somebody is bullying you, all you do is fight with them, if that's your solution to it every single time, every single year, and every school year, and every single day in life, it's going to bug you every fucking time. And you're going to have to beat their ass eventually to get them to stop. Some people are stupid enough to keep messing with you even after you kick their ass. If you do this, you won't care. Like I said, I'm not judging anybody who gets bugged by it because I know how frustrating it can be. I used to have to go through this shit all the time. Being bisexual, yeah. But one thing you need to do, if you're ever going to come out to your parents or to anybody else what you want to do, I'm not saying you need to wait till you're like 25 or 22. Make sure that you are actually bisexual. I'm not saying that you're probably not or anything. I'm just saying it can be kind of awkward if you're 15 years old and then you tell your parents that you're bisexual. Then once, like a month or two after that, you found out you're just straight or you're actually gay or something. It can be awkward to come out for something twice. I mean, it's awkward enough to tell somebody that you're bisexual, but then to actually later on tell them that you found out that you're not. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, again, I know for a fact that bisexual exists because I am living proof that it exists. I don't believe that bisexual exists. I know for a fact that it exists. Science has proved that it exists before I'm bisexual, so I'm living proof. And it's just common sense, if you ask me. So it does exist. And I'd say most people that say that they're bisexual, I'd say probably are. I mean, yeah, there's some people that only say that they're bisexual because they're covering up for being gay, but not every single person like that. I'd say probably like at least 80% of the people that say they're bisexual aren't saying that to cover up for being gay. I'd say probably at least 90%, at least, if not like 95% of the time. You get the point. Most of the time, if they say they're bisexual, they are. And even if they're saying they're bisexual and they turn out they're not, I don't think that they were lying necessarily. They could have just mistaken their sexuality. But yeah, don't let people tell you that it's a phase. Just ignore them. And like I said, that whole hell statement, hell in the Bible, all it's described, like I said, I'm an atheist. I don't believe in this stuff, so don't curse at me for believing in that stuff because I don't, because I'm an atheist. I don't believe in God or the devil or anything, but if they say that you're going to burn in hell and be in a lake of fire or whatever, you can correct them, actually, if you have to, if you can't control it, by telling them that in the Bible, all it says is that hell is the one's early grave set, which basically means that their soul dies and they go to their grave and they rest in peace for the rest of eternity. So that's another reason why it's ridiculous that people say that gays will go to hell, is because, and stuff, gays and bisexuals will go to hell and burn on fire, because the place that they're describing does not exist according to their own beliefs. So you can tell them that if you have to have the urge. And I mean, yeah, I'm trying to be supportive of other people that are bisexual that struggle like I used to do myself. But anyways, I'll be doing more videos on this channel, like how to get a boyfriend if you're bisexual, and all kinds of other things. But I'm running out of time now. I wish I could talk longer, but I can't. So thank you for watching this, and if you need help for being bisexual or gay or whatever, stay tuned on this channel, and I should be able to help you out. Have a good one. Bye.